right, we're in the garage. I'm going to pour some silicone. I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to pour it into our molds here. I've got rubber bands on the molds just to keep them tight and in the right shape. I'll also show you over here, I've got some tints that I'm going to do. Also, I'm going to say I got some safety stuff here. There's a lot of safety things to think about with resin and with silicone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix up my resin and I am going to pour it, and then we'll get it into the pressure pot. But I'm not going to mix it or pour it on camera because it's too tricky to try to do that. I'll come back after I've done that, and then we'll look at the pressure pot and get this stuff into the pressure pot. Okay, there are the molds with the different kinds of resin inside them. Now I'm going to get the lid on the pot and tell you a bit more, but I can't do all this and hold the camera, so I'll come back after I get the lid on. All right, I got the resin inside there. I set the lid on very carefully so that I wouldn't spill my resin inside, and I'm going to go over here to my compressor and I'm going to switch it on, and then once that's starting to put the pressure on in here, I'll tell you a bit more about what's going on. So I'll turn this on. There we go, and you see the pressure is starting to come up. I'm going to go for about 50 psi. Some very smart toy makers have recommended that rather than anything higher, because that's as high as you have to go to get the bubbles out of that resin. And then I'll switch it off and I'll keep it at that pressure until the pot lifetime is done, and maybe a little bit longer, and then take them out, let them cure fully, and we'll see how our results are.